Looking at this new file, TP company list, this is everything that was inside the connection trap of our old file, company list order, except there are some fundamental changes. The first thing is we have to move the include file of the string functions from this file to our index file and include once the file in the includes directory string functions PHP. And hopefully you recall that did a number of things with strings to enable us to list the companies effectively. Importantly, now that this is in the index file, it means we only refer to it relatively to the includes directory. It doesn't have to go up a directory anymore because it's not in a directory below. You can save the index file now and return to TP company list. We can also get rid of the style sheet stuff because that's all taken care of in our CSS files. And this script name is no longer company list order, so you can delete that. It's now index.php, the home page, with the query string content equals company list. Also, because the script name that we're referring to, that we're jumping to, already has a query string, the additional query string of the order clause will have to be prefaced by the ampersand rather than the question mark. So when we click on the header, whether it be name or town or country, etc., the query string will be content equals company list and order clause equals ID or name or town, whatever. And because we're now in a template situation, our link previously to company people edit will no longer be to company people edit, but it'll be to index.php with a query string content equals company people edit and company ID equals ID. So we can get rid of those previous links and replace it with a link to our home page with a query string. We can also get rid of the CSS div formatting because once again that's taken care of in the CSS files. And even though we've used MySQL free result in the past, we actually no longer need this. The memory consumed by a SQL select query or any query is automatically freed up after the PHP has finished executing the script. So MySQL free result, even though it does free up any surplus memory that's been consumed, is actually redundant. It's only ever used in the new versions of PHP if you're worried that PHP is not correctly freeing up memory. And so you can use this as a debugging tool, but it's not necessary in normal processing and certainly not necessary for the very small queries that we're doing in this project. So we can delete that, and that completes our modifications to TP company list, which we can save. We'll make sure that index.php is saved and go to our browser and refresh the index page with content equals company list and see what happens to that fatal error that we had before. And indeed, we've fixed the company list include so that it now correctly displays the company list. Clearly, we have to do something similar to the company people edit include, which is accessed by clicking on the ID number of the company. And as we should expect, this will generate an error. In fact, it generates nothing at all because there's a severe error in the link that we go to when we say content equals company people edit. You can probably guess the reason for that is that in our index file, there is no switch clause to company people edit. So we're ready to move on now to repair the company people edit file, or at least create a new one so that it works in our template framework.